Good evening, good evening, Auntie Maxine. I think I speak for everyone I say.
Speak up so I can hear you.
I think we all feel, as I do, we thank God for you. We appreciate everything that you do. We talked about a lot of things here this evening, but I haven't heard anything about digital money.
About what?
Digital money.
Yeah.
Our freedom of movement in terms of autonomous vehicles. So I'm wondering, do you have a committee or are you guys working on those sorts of things? Because it's very dangerous to us. Because if you get rid of cash, right? If you get rid of cash, then you've lost our medium of exchange. I mean, because a car is not a medium of exchange. Right now, you can't go to a ball game or whatever without a card. Now they're taking facial recognition. You can't park certain places unless you have a card and those sorts of things. People in businesses, certain businesses are not accepting cash any longer. This is dangerous when it comes to our cars. I don't know of anyone here who would pay someone $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 to ride in the back of their car every time they got in it and track where they're going, who got into their car, take their pictures, and record everything that they're saying, and track every turn you make in the road. I just don't know anybody that would do that, right? But these cars, these vehicles, which are not really cars, they're more like Disneyland rides that are controlled by others. Even want to take away the steering wheel, which is madness. Those things wreck and crash all the time. Tesla wrecks and crashes all the time. People are dying from these experiments, right? So, and another thing, I'm just going to share this with you. Last week, I was looking at Cigna. I went in there, I have Cigna. I retired from the county. I went there to check out some benefits. But I had to change the password. In changing the password, a page popped up. It said link and password. On the left side column, it listed all of my accounts. That had nothing to do with healthcare, had nothing to do with Cigna, nothing at all. When you click on that, the middle of the page populated, and it had my the company name, the username, and the password, but it was in dots. But the I next to the dots is active. When you click that dot, the password pops up. Okay? Now, there are folks who have Social Security, you have retirees who are in retirement. All this information with AI and the speed of it, and the applications that are involved, they're sprawling this information. And it's all over the place. And so if we stretch this out and going forward, if we don't get a handle on this, put up firewalls, make sure we know what we're doing with this, we're going to be in world of trouble. Because right now, you can take a $1 bill, a $5 bill if you're a niece or someone wanted some money. You say, here, it's $5 or $10. With digital money, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's a third-party transaction. You have to have a device. The third party would have to know about your thing. You're giving your friend or whoever some money. And the other thing about that, like the lady was saying, if she makes more money, okay, then it affects her Social Security. Well, if someone gives you money through this digital process, and it goes over your amount, you get dinged. You can get cited. And the other thing about the car. Now, if a car, and that's how you see the advertising, if a car can take itself from your home to a service station and return, you also got to understand that the police have the same app. And you can get in your car, and your car can lock up and take you straight to jail. No, you have. This is serious. So what's your question? My question is, do you have a group or a committee where people like myself who have some concern can talk and put together something that makes some sense that you can work with?
Okay, let me try and give you an answer that you're not going to like.
Brother watching everything.
there is legislation to talk about using cash, that we should not eliminate the ability to use cash. That you can't go to a hotel, you can't do a lot unless you have a credit card on it. So there's a big conversation going on about that and some bills that are being organized in order to deal with that. You talk about digital. I want you to know that digital is inevitable.
Yes.
I want you to know that cryptocurrency is here. I want you to know in my committee, I'm working on stablecoin. And I'm trying to slow it down and not get into the crypto until we deal with stable, because that is so much more simple. They have to have all of the assets that they claim that they have in order to support what they're trying to do with stablecoin. But worldwide, there are many countries who are far into crypto than we are. But it will be here. It is inevitable. What we have to do is make sure there are some guardrails. That's what my committee is supposed to do. We want to make sure that as these advancements take place, as digital world grows, that we make sure that the people are protected, that the investors are protected, that those companies who organize and rip off, we got to put them down as fast as we can. How many know about FTX? You remember FTX? Yeah. And you remember what they did? You know who's serving time? You know who broke that up? We broke it up because that's not what we intend to happen with digital. But when you say you don't want crypto, it's coming. It's inevitable. I can't tell you how soon, but I tell you that the stablecoin bill will probably pass by next year. Wait just a minute. The other part of the cars that you mentioned. Now that's your boy Elon Musk. Yeah. And Elon Musk is in your community. He's in Avalon, right? He's never met with the city council of Avalon. He's now strongly aligned with Trump. And because he is so rich, and I want to tell you that much of his richness has come from the government because of his business and what he's doing and taking his big moon, etc. But here's what I will conclude with about him. He was raised in South Africa under an apartheid system, and it never left it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's who you know.
Yeah.
Good evening. My name is Fanny Jones Hunter. My name is Fanny Jones Hunter. I'm a teacher in the Linwood Unified School District. This is my 48th year teaching in that your office in Hawthorne, very professional and very kind and decent.
Oh, don't say that. They sit here, they want to
I know you know Tyrone Cabell. Yes, you
Yes.
know him at your office, and I really got a memorial there. And I know you always visit your office and see when he was on CTA board and come knock you in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
So, and he was the vice president of this organization.
All right, well, you met Blanca, and she runs the office, so give her a round of applause.
I know there's a question for the state, okay, so we're gonna make sure you get that question for the state. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, I'm Dennis Taylor. I have a shelter on Vermont
You have what?
Century, a shelter, a men's shelter
Oh, yeah,
on Vermont
okay,
Century.
sure.
I can sleep 70 men. But what my problem is I'm having a problem with the county funding it. I have spent over $350,000 cash of my money, and that building is still empty. And that will help all the neighborhoods to, if an unhoused person can't stay somewhere, they can go to that shelter. But I do need help from the county, and like you said, the county is kind of slow, and it's hard for me to break through. And I need to break through.
I just have to add, I've talked to you before.
Yes, you have.
He also
I
has a
have not
request
done-
for you to tour his.
I know, because we got this beautiful new building.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I pass by, coming back and forth from the airport, I keep telling them I'm gonna stop.
And Donovan told you.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, that's what
Yeah,
we
he
meant.
did. Yeah,
But
he
the
did.
point is that that's where we can actually start helping our people, because not just getting on them, they may need help. I was just with Mike Gibson, I went to Phoenix this weekend to do campaigning, and we took some underchallenged men. And all they need is a second chance. And that's what we can actually do at that location.
Where are you?
I'm on Century and Vermont. And the flyer there.
And we have the flyers.
I'm also giving food away that, November the 28th, plus I'm giving medical screening. And I'm not asking for grants, I'm paying out of my pocket. But eventually, I'm gonna need the help. I'm trying to file that.
Come on a little bit so we can hear
So just a statement and full circle for me. One, it's nice to see you full circle because I always call you my key hero. I'm in my 50s now, my kids laugh. I started out with a nonprofit, became a youth chair, and they sent me to their office in Washington. It turned my life around because today I'm here. I'm actually volunteer for a project in Compton. Today's my second day, which is moderate housing. Some of them it's new from Developer City Ventures off of Compton Boulevard. And of that, a portion of them are affordable housing for like I'm gonna be approaching like teachers, folks, get out in the community so that they know it's there. Because what happens is, I've seen a lot of cities where I kind of give it to whomever, and I like to get involved in the community to let the people that are in the community that don't want to commute and be there know that we're there to help. So I just want to say thank you, and then I heard you guys talking about it, so I was like, that's what I thought I'm sure with you.
you. Thank you. Let me have come up a little bit. Come up. Yeah,
I speak loud.
I'm
I don't have to. Hello, Congressman. We've met before. Yes, I wanted to thank you for two things. One, for being a part here, and welcome to Compton. Okay, I have always lived in Compton, and we have a lot of issues that need to be attended to, so I'm thanking you for, in advance, for taking care of those. And I'm a part of the Consolidated Board of Realtors, which we've spoken many times. But one of the issues for Compton is the Woodland Cemetery, Woodlawn Cemetery. We have family members there, and it's locked, and it's not being kept. We would like to be able to find some way to keep it up and to be able to visit our family members that are in that cemetery, and it is Woodlawn, correct? If there's anything that you can do, both.
Well, you know,
Help with that.
meeting is an example of the community caring enough to come out and participate. And this is what gets things done. Now, on the issue of Woodland, I kind of been hearing about that, even though, I didn't represent, the area of the Has this issue been taken up in the county?
that issue was taken up with the city of Compton and Carson.
Where is it actually? What is that? Okay, remember what I said to you about the cities having land use authority? They're the ones who tell the developers where they can develop. They're the ones that talk about how the land can be used, et cetera, et cetera. If this is in the boundaries of Compton, then that has to be represented. If it's in the boundaries of Compton, it would have to be represented. If it's in the unincorporated area, then that's yours. You gotta deal with it.
Right. And so I'm gonna ask a question, and then, because a lot of questions you guys are asking is the state. It's the state. So we can get to the state, because I got a person here from the state to probably answer those questions. So before I let Ms. Waters go, I'm the question I need to ask is two questions, possibly. You was talking about banking, and you was talking about these creditors and the pay loans. A lot of people in the community, if you boots on the ground, go to these pay loans, because you have Wells Fargo, Chase, B of A, do not want to do business in our community. They don't want to give the loan to the business, to businesses in the community. So as you sit on that banking chair, what are you going to do, one, to fix that problem? And then two, when is it possible that when you do meetings, we can use Magic Johnson? I know you did the post office, but we had the biggest issue with the post office in this community.
Yes, we did.
And I know in Hawthorne, they got a mayor and a city council. Here, we don't have no one. We only have the supervisor.
When I do the post office, it's for everybody in the 43rd district. That means Willowbrook, Compton, Lawndale, Gardner, Hawthorne, Watts, and what other areas do we have? All of this, it's for everybody. When we talk about the post office, it's for everybody, because the complaints that we get about the services, it are complaints that we hear from all different areas. We brought them out, we made them come. They said they don't go out to town hall. They don't do that. I said, you're gonna do it here in the 43rd. We made them come. And we made them take questions and made them make commitments. I just got back some reports from one of our post offices that's working a lot better. May I call the name of it? Inglewood Post Office. It's working a lot better because of that meeting. Everybody is welcome, and that's why we send you all invitations to come to any of the town halls in the 43rd district. That's very important.
And what about the bank?
Let me tell you about the banks. The banks in America have controlled the Congress of the United States historically. The banks in our communities do not do what they should do in treating people fairly and making sure that capital is available to those who qualify. Now, I do have some people who come to my office and they say, Ms. Wallace, give me some money. Ms. Wallace can't get you some money. But what Ms. Wallace can do is follow up when you feel you have been discriminated against. When you have made an application, you have gone to the bank, and you believe, well, I have people who have been dealing with banks for years. They've been depositing their money in the bank. One of the problems I have is when the church decides that they're going to give 50 cents to the nonprofit or to the church, they think they're taking care of the black community and we let them get away with it. They want a banner up at your dinner. They want a banner up at your social club. And that is a way by which they are trying to satisfy you. But it's the same people who are not lending you money. We bring them in, we question them, we challenge them, and then something will happen for a short period of time. But they pay people to do nothing but figure out how they can make more money. We did Dodd-Frank reform. The Dodd-Frank reform really did help an awful lot. We created the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is where you can call what you could not call before we created this, and register complaints about how you are being treated. The other thing is, ladies and gentlemen, we got to stop doing business with people who treat us bad. We're opening up the credit union so that they're not working with people in a company, but now people from any place can use a credit union. Find a community bank. One of the things that's happening with the big boys, and they're nothing but big gangsters, the big boys. What is happening with them, they don't want you in the bank. They don't want you in the bank. That's why they got all of the outside tellers and then gotten rid of all of the inside tellers. They got the machine to take your money so that they don't have to deal with you. And the other thing is, they don't want to be bothered with giving you small loans. 50,000, 60,000, 100,000, 200,000. They don't want to be bothered. That's not where they make their money. And so they give it to organizations by which they can put the money back out in the community. Now, I've developed and we've developed some alternatives. Have you ever heard of CDFI? Community Development Financial Institutions. The biggest one in the country is here in the greater Los Angeles area called Lindustry. Have you ever heard of Lindustry? Have you heard of it? You know what they do? Have anybody ever been there? The CDFI, like Lindustry, are designed to provide loans because the banks are not providing to people who are eligible for the loans. And so what we will do for you, for those of you who know, all of it's on the internet, all is on the internet. But what we can do for you is we can make sure that you get more information about CDFI, Community Development Financial Institution. We put a lot of money into them. And they will make a small loan for small businesses. I'm not talking about 50,000, I'm talking about $500,000, million. You know, that's a teeny. That's little, you know what I'm saying? So we will do that. We have another source of money that we put into the state. It is called the State Small Business Credit Initiative. And it goes to the state, and the governor has the opportunity to get that money out all over the state of California. How many people ever heard of that? One of the problems that I think we have in big government is, how do you get the information to people? How do we educate people about all of the available resources? Well, here in Willowbrook, let's just start with CDFI. Let's get all of the business people. I created the PPP program during COVID. You know what PPP is? How many people know what PPP is? How many people got some PPP money? All right. If we can create that and get the money out in a time like COVID, where they can have that money to hold on to the personnel and the overhead, I think we can continue to do more of that. And so, what I want to get to you and work with you, all the business people, I want you to contact the office. We're going to try and help walk you through CDFI if you're ready to make a loan, okay? Thank you. Bye.